All right. Hello and welcome everyone. So today we're going to be talking about the alert replacement system. We're going to be talking about the Nightwave. The Nightwave is what I see as an extremely good system for the health of Warframe as a whole, and we're going to be going over pretty much everything there is to know about it. So strap in, because this is going to be a long one. They did a lot of work to put this system together, and it seems like a ton of thought went into it, although I don't think it's perfect in its current state, but what is? So first and foremost, how do you access the new Nightwave system? Well, there are multiple ways. First and foremost is that you can pause at any time, and this is going to be the way most people are going to interact with it. You can pause at any time, and it's going to be in the bottom right here. Clicking this button will take you to it. The only other place is that if you open navigation and you go down here, it's this big old button. This is extremely obvious for anyone to see, and I doubt that anyone is going to miss the way to look at this and know what it is. And when we click it, the first thing you're usually going to see is going to be a big cutscene. So you can get that cutscene again if you click tune in, but we're not going to watch that here. You guys can watch it on your own time, and it's really cool. It's a nice little intro to the system. Now, what is this system actually? This system is a battle pass. Straight up, that's what it is. It is a no money involved battle pass, and I think that is really good for Warframe on the whole. And the way they've structured it is really good. So for those of you that don't know what a battle pass is, what the hell does that mean? Basically, we have these levels up here, and you will level up this over the course of the battle pass's duration. In this case, the Nightwave is going to last roughly 10 weeks, with some wiggle room in there for DE to fine tune the dailies and stuff and the reward structure and all that business. So what are the rewards? Well, the rewards range pretty wildly, and I think they've been chosen pretty carefully and very well. We've got some just cosmetic stuff, sigils and glyphs and that kind of business. Then we have wolf credits, which we're going to get into later. And then we have some really, really good items early on here for new players. Specifically, the slots. 2 weapon slots and 1 Warframe slot are in here, and that's fantastic for new players. Level 4 and level 8 can be reached by new players, probably on accident a lot of the time, even if they're not specifically interacting with this system. And I think that's fantastic, just to get people able to have completely free to play slots. No trading for platinum, none of that business. Just getting some people boosted up a little bit every time we get a Nightwave. I think that's fantastic. Also, form a bundle, great choice here. More wolf credits, we'll get into that later, obviously. Noggles, we got emblems, we've got emotes, there's catalysts in here, sigils, there's auras for specific weapons. This Gorkata one looks really good, by the way. I really want to get to that one. For people that really like Kuva and like doing Rivens and stuff, there's 20k Kuva bundles in here, which is quite a bit. The only bum reward that I've seen is this one, which is just art for the bottom of your K drive, which I think matters very little. But having 1 bum reward out of 30, I really don't think is that bad. More augments, just all kinds of good rewards are in here. Arcane Energize was thrown in here, emotes, and then at the end we have the Saturn 6 Sindana and the armor and an Umbra Forma. So Umbra Forma was talked about a little bit here and there as kind of like a rumor that we might be getting it, and here it is. So once every Nightwave, probably, we're going to be getting an Umbra Forma to put onto our Warframes. This is really cool. Honestly, it's a very neat reward, and it's a good chase for a lot of mega veterans of the game, I guess, that want to put Umbra stuff on all of their Warframes. Now, how are you going to get all this? Well, each and every level costs you 10,000 points. You get 10,000 points and you rank up. So over the course of this full thing, it's going to cost you 300,000 points in order to get to max level. Now, how much of the dailies and weeklies in business do you actually have to do in order to get to level 30? So to get to level 30, you're going to need to do roughly 60 to 65% of all of the available daily and weekly content. But there are some ways to mitigate how much of that you even need to do by doing the repeatable stuff. The repeatable stuff is the fugitives that are going to show up from mission to mission. You've probably already seen some if you've been playing since the Nightwave started, because it's active on all platforms. Basically, it's 3 capture targets that will show up, and you capture them and you get 50 points each for all of them. They show up currently pretty frequently, and as the Nightwave goes on, they're going to show up more and more and more, along with the Wolf himself. The Wolf himself is basically an assassin-like character like the Stalker, who shows up and then you kill him to try and get parts of his hammer. He will also become much more frequent as this goes on. So if you're worried about getting his hammer, as it's very expensive in terms of platinum right now, I probably wouldn't worry about it too much until we're on like week 9. With that, what do these challenges consist of? Well, these challenges, for the most part, seem pretty well thought out and well structured, but I have some just kind of general feedback for a few of them. We're going to start at the bottom. These are elite weeklies. Each week, you're going to have 3 elite weeklies, and these make up 15,000 points each week. These range pretty wildly in terms of difficulty from what we've seen in the first week, from kill 100 Eximus, which is very simple, and I would suggest you go and do ESO if you'd like to get this challenge done, to kill or capture an Eidolon Hydralisk. This one has been addressed by the devs that this one might actually be too difficult for the large majority of players, and will probably be tuned down a bit in the future to something probably like regular Terry to get people into hunting Eidolons. But for now, this is what this challenge is. However, don't worry about, don't worry about doing this like right now, or if you can't do it, don't worry about it too much. We'll get into that in a minute as well. This other one, Sortie with Friends. Sortie's not that difficult. Doing it with a friend, you can just add anyone and get in there. There are many people looking to do this and just add people and get a sortie done. Not hard at all. But they've also talked about maybe making the like with friends type stuff not necessary in the future. So this might just be do a sortie later on. Nice. Other stuff, we've got test subject, complete 3 waves of Sanctuary Onslaught. This is Sanctuary Onslaught or Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, so you get the choice of what to do there. And I think people should be doing the Sanctuary Onslaughts anyway, because they have a variety of good rewards, especially ESO. So this one, great as a weekly, and you're going to have 7 weeklies every week. This one, complete 5 scans for Cephalon Samaras. This is specifically the targets that he will send you to go get each and every day. So he has a daily that you can go pick up from Samaras, and then you go and get those targets. Those targets are what it means by completing scans for Cephalon Samaras, not just scanning things with his special scanner all willy-nilly like. This is pretty easy, and it's very easy to complete this alone over the course of a couple days, or if you want to get a group together for it and everybody picks up their targets and then you go do them, that's also an incredibly simple way to get this done. And then we have kill 500 enemies. Obviously, this is very easy, super easy to complete. Basically, just play the game. And then we have 3 capture missions. This is like very slightly specific, but incredibly easy. Super simple stuff. Then we have 9 invasion missions of any type. This one's great. This is basically just complete 3 invasions because they are all 3 missions each, which is really simple. And invasions will often have some pretty solid rewards on them anyway that you'd want to get regardless. So solid stuff there. And it'll also kind of push people towards, hey, maybe do some invasions to get some of these rewards you haven't gotten in a while, which I think is one of the strengths of the system overall. Now we get into some of the like more heavy feedback stuff that I have, which is the Earth Bounty Hunter. So this is complete 8 bounties on the plains of Eidolon. This conceptually is a good challenge, but I think there is a change to this that should be made to make it more flexible, as it were. So the way people are doing this is you do 8 bounties, right? Well, on Earth, the first bounty is only 3 parts, and the higher bounties are more parts. So the best way to complete this is just by doing the first bounty 8 times. And that's probably not great. So it would be very nice if in the future this was like, say, 20 bounty parts instead of just 8 bounties general, so that people can do whatever bounties they're either capable of doing or want to do for certain rewards in order to get this done and make it a little bit more, don't just spam the first bounty, because that's kind of lame, just because it's the fastest way. A lot of people will do that. Moving on, we have probably the hardest challenge I have seen yet, and that is fully socket 5 Ayatan sculptures. So there's going to be a lot of people that go, well, that challenge isn't hard, right? I have a ton of Ayatan sitting around. I have a million orange stars sitting around that I've never interacted with. Yeah, if you never interact with the Ayatan system, this is probably easy for you. But getting 5 Ayatans and then getting the orange stars to fill them is a really rough request whenever you don't have orange stars and you don't have enough Ayatans. There's a reason the prices for empty Ayatans have soared above 20 platinum a pop. It's all because of this challenge and because it's actually difficult. So for those wondering that need to complete this and don't want to spend a copious amounts of platinum, the best ways to get sculptures are by doing arbitrations. Arbitrations, you need to complete the entire star chart to even start doing. And that's a big ask for a huge amount of players, I think. In addition, the orange star farm is awful, but The best way I found to do it is to take Volt with Master Thief and go to Jupiter. I believe it's Ananke, or however you say that. It's the capture mission on Jupiter, and run that mission and open all of the lockers and break all of the crates on that tile set. That is the fastest way to get the orange stars, and also cyan stars. You get a ton of stars doing that. So if you need to complete this challenge, that's the best way to do it. This is one of the ones that DE has mentioned that they're going to probably be changing in the future to probably only like 1 or 2 Ayatan sculptures. So it'll be made a lot easier going forward, but that's the way to do those things if anyone was wondering. And then we come down to dailies. So dailies are obviously daily, but I've specifically not completed one of these so I can talk about it more in depth and the extremely smart way that DE has implemented it. So daily stuff, super simple. Pick up 8 mods, very easy. Kill 20 enemies while sliding, super simple stuff. And then this daily, which is actually from yesterday, is kill 150 enemies with heat damage. Cool. These are not only 1 day in length, I guess I'm gonna say, in that when you get these dailies, they last 3 days, and you don't have to log in to pick them up. They're picked up automatically just as days go by. So if you're someone who can only put like an hour into the game every other day or whatever, you're still going to be able to get all of your dailies done for an entire week. And I think that's fantastic. You could even go so far as to like only be able to play every 3 days during the week and still get all of your dailies done. And I think that's honestly great. So specifically with this one, the kill 150 enemies with heat damage. So this can be mixed damage, so you can just have heat on your weapon in addition to, say, corrosive or whatever, and still get this challenge done. And it also means that any weapon that is affected by your ability to elementally mod it, like, say, Excalibur's Exalted Blade, Ivara's Bow, Korra's Whip, Atlas's Fists, all that kind of stuff, you can mod to have fire on it, so you can get this challenge done very, very quickly with a variety of the kill frames where you can mod their stuff. Now, let's talk about wolf credits. There's a lot to this system. So wolf credits come in bundles of 50, and you get them at a variety of different places in the first 30 levels. Notice I say the first 30 levels. There are 300 wolf credits in the first 30 levels. However, we have been told by DE there is a prestige track to this, which contains all wolf credits, which means once you prestige, there are 50 wolf credits every additional 10,000 points you get past this. And the total available points over the course of these 10 weeks, just from challenges, not counting any extra farming you do from fugitives, is 430,000. What that means is if you don't care about the prestige ranks, you can miss 13,000 points each and every week and still be totally fine and get to rank 30. But for those that want to get a ton of wolf creds, and you might want to after I explain what they're for, you're going to be able to have a ton of those if you're completing all of the challenges just as a base level without any additional farming whatsoever. Now, let's look at the credit offerings and talk about what all they are. So we're going to start at the bottom and move up, because the bottom is where we have our evergreen rewards for the 10 weeks. We have Nitane Extract, which is 5 Nitane for 15 wolf credits, which means that each Nitane is only 3 credits each. I've seen some people misconstrue this as 1 Nitane for 15 wolf credits, which is not the case. It is 3 wolf credits per Nitane, which I think is very, very fair, and it's even going to make Nitane way more accessible to people that have very limited amounts of time to play the game and usually wouldn't be able to get very much at all. And then we have the Saturn 6 ornament, which is, of course, only going to be available during the Saturn 6 Nightwave itself. So if you want this decoration, better pick it up while it's here. And this is also at a very fair price of 40 wolf credits. Now, we also have Orokin Reactors and Orokin Catalysts. These are only 75 wolf credits. So if you're rocking into those prestige levels to get wolf credits, that means every 2 levels, you get 2 of any combination of Catalyst and Reactor. If you're not worried about getting anything else in here, that means you can just stock up on Catalysts and Reactors for new weapons that are coming out, and that is extremely, extremely high in value for players that are going to be really dedicated to the game and really grinding on the Nightwave. They will just have a lot of Catalysts and Reactors to use, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. And even for the people that are just going to complete all the challenges, that's an additional 13 ranks that you're going to get on top of the initial 30. So that means you're going to get 12 of any combination of Catalyst and Reactor and then some change on there. So if you get 1 additional level from fugitives, you're actually going to get 14 of any combination of catalyst and reactor. And that is amazing, amazing, amazing for free-to-play players that don't have money to spend on the game, but do have the time to put into doing these challenges and stuff. And then, of course, we have Vauban. Vauban is in here. He's very, very cheap. He's only 25 wolf credits per part, so that's 2 wolf credit rewards, and then you'll have some change left over for whatever else you want, and you'll have all of Vauban. This makes him way more accessible, and unfortunately, Vauban's still just not that great right now, but he's very accessible for people who need the MR or just want to try him out. And then above this, we have all of the rotating rewards. So these are going to rotate from week to week. You can see down here in the bottom left, these have 5 hours and some change remaining. And these basically consist of weapons that are available or were available in alerts, which the system replaced, and then some skins. And then this alert skin and then some newer stuff as well. So this is all very good. I like it quite a bit. That these skins and stuff are going to be available in here for people to get whenever. In addition to that, there's going to be a rotation of auras, and corrosive projection is on this week. So if you have your first section of wolf credits and you don't have corrosive projection, please pick up at least one of these. It is incredibly valuable. And if you have extra wolf credits and you don't know what to spend them on, hey, maybe corrosive projection is a good choice. And then above the auras, we just have a ton of helmets. So if you want helmets for any given Warframe that you like, that you think you might like the helmet of, these are going to be available weekly and they'll rotate out and all that business. These are priced also very fairly at 35 wolf credits. I think that's super reasonable because it's very unlikely that someone actually is going to want to get each and every one of these alternate helmets. So yeah, that's wolf credits, and that's kind of Nightwaves on the whole. I think it's an incredibly good system that gives some much needed direction on a weekly basis to Warframe. And aside from some tweaks here and there to like the challenges that are going to pop up, like the I-10 Sculpture one and the Plains of Eidolon Bounties one, I think this is an incredibly well thought out system that adapts the Battle Pass system from games like Fortnite and stuff into something that is really, really valuable. And as long as EE can keep like pushing one of these out every 10 weeks, I'm going to be really happy to keep doing it. And I think the reward structure that they've laid out so far is really good and is likely to only get better as we go into more and more Nightwaves. Also, I think Nora Knight as a character is really cool. Her voice is very nice in replacement on some of the like fake Lotus zones and all that business. So yeah, that's pretty much what the Nightwaves are. There's a lot here. I'm very excited to keep doing this. If there are any challenges anybody doesn't know how to do and they pop up and like they're really crazy or they seem really hard and stuff, pretty much anytime you catch me streaming, I would be very happy to answer any questions anyone has on completing the challenges. And also on Twitter and in the Discord, all of which you can find links to down in the description. Always happy to answer questions like that. And if you're looking to get a group together for the sortie with a friend or anything like that, the Discord is a great place for that as well. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the Nightwave as much as I am, and I will see you tomorrow.